Up till now, many investors still do not know what Rndr crypto project really is. Most think Rndr is just an AI project. In this video, we will be discussing the full details of Rndr coin, but first, do you think it's late to get Rndr coin? In my opinion, I think it's not early, but it's not late either. You see, Rndr might have $4 billion in market capitalization, but that doesn't mean that you're late. There's a lot that can still happen with Rndr in the coming years. Many people sees Rndr as an established project, but if you wait for a second and think, you will notice artificial intelligence is still at its beginning stage. We can't tell how far this can go, because a lot can still happen in the future. In conclusion, before diving to the full details of Rndr coin, I recommend this project. But if you think this is the project that would make you rich, then you might be disappointed. Invest in this project if you believe in the development of artificial intelligence. Now, let's dive into the full details of Rndr coin. The Rndr network is a high-performance distributed GPU rendering network that leverages industry-leading OTOI Inc. software to facilitate a compute marketplace between GPU providers and GPU requesters. Rndr is a platform that lets users contribute unused GPU power from their home devices to help projects render motion graphics and visual effects. In exchange, they earn Rndr token, Rndr, the native utility token of the Rndr network. By creating a peer-to-peer P2P network upon which people can tap into underutilized computational power cheaply and efficiently, Rndr greatly simplifies the traditional processes of rendering and streaming 3D environments and other visual effects. The Rndr network solves three main pain points for its end users, which include 1. Scalability. One of the core benefits of Rndr is its scalable GPU rendering network can be spun up to any size to meet user demands. Rndr's decentralized network relies on an automated reputation and job assignment system that can scale with the needs of any project. Rndr's open network of vetted rendering service providers presents an efficient alternative to costly localized market solutions. 2. Optionality. Rndr network users have more options, whether they are commissioning a job or farming out their excess GPU power. This allows for enhanced operational efficiency across the board. Many motion graphic artists and businesses that rely heavily on 3D rendering and modeling are hesitant to spend enormous amounts of money on data centers filled with GPUs, particularly since GPUs often become outdated and must be replaced every few years to keep up with the latest data processing requirements. GPU units also require a significant amount of electricity to operate, and many 3D graphics creators and users are based in expensive urban centers with high utility costs. 3. IP protection. Rndr provides an effective digital management system built atop blockchain-enabled record-keeping and encryption, and Octane Rndr-based service completion and scoring. Most existing service options rely on centralized platforms that can censor or delete user data without warning, but Rndr leverages the immutability of blockchain technology to ensure that creators' rights are protected throughout their entire creative lifecycle. The Rndr network is built on the Ethereum blockchain and Octane Rndr, a rendering application developed by OTOI, which is the graphic software company behind the Rndr network. The project's data verification and payment processes rely on Ethereum, and the 3D rendering work is facilitated and completed using Octane Rndr in conjunction with the open-source OrbX Media and streaming framework for additional rendering efficiency. Rndr relies on a multi-tier pricing (MTP) protocol that uses users' reputation scores to determine job allocation and ensure high service quality. Creators can choose from three tiers: Tier 1, Trusted Partners, Tier 2, Priority, and Tier 3, Economy. Tier 1 services are generally completed by more reputable GPU rendering service providers, node operators, who charge a higher fee. Creators receive a reputation score based on node operator feedback, which determines how many concurrent nodes they can access at any given time. In other words, creators' reputation scores influence how quickly their requested tasks will be completed. Similarly, only node operators with high reputation scores are allowed to process higher-tier jobs, which pay out more Rndr tokens, and top-rated node operators are assigned jobs more quickly via Rndr's automated job matching algorithm. This tiered configuration provides the foundation for the Rndr network's Proof of Render governance system, which relies on a combination of automated and manual inputs to determine user reputation scores. POR resembles proof of work, in that node operators spend computational resources in order to earn crypto tokens, but in Rndr's case, node operators use their computational power to complete complex VFX/3D rendering services instead of solving math puzzles. Rndr's pricing algorithms automatically update periodically, based on the amount of compute work node operators receive based on changes in GPU performance, the current price of GPU cloud rendering from other providers, electricity costs, and network supply and demand patterns. Every Rndr network user has a unique identifier tied to their Octane Rndr account, which has built-in Know Your Customer (KYC) requirements to prevent fraud and duplicate accounts. Once a job is live, creators can use Octane Rndr to review their node operators' rendering progress in real time and identify processing abnormalities before their job is completed. Creators can review and score node operators' final deliverables frame by frame or in batches, and their feedback will impact the involved node operators' scores. Additionally, the Rndr network automatically evaluates active jobs by comparing a node operator's computational potential and a job's stated requirements, penalizing inefficient node operators and rerouting their jobs if there are large disparities between the node operator's Octane bench service potential and actual output quality. The Rndr network operates as an automated marketplace and content creators. One can create a job, upload a job, assign a job, complete a job, verify deliveries, and complete payments on just Rndr network. The Rndr network is powered by two sources, Rndr tokens and Rndr credits. Rndr tokens are an ERC20 utility token designed to power rendering work on the Rndr network. Unlike Rndr credits, Rndr tokens can be purchased and sold on exchanges and can be earned by node operators for work rendered on their nodes. Rndr credits provide new users or users who are unfamiliar with cryptocurrency an easy way to get started on the network while they get comfortable. Unlike Rndr tokens, Rndr credits can be purchased using PayPal and Stripe directly through the Rndr network portal on RndrX.io. When a user purchases Rndr credits, those credits are backed by Rndr tokens that have been purchased off of an exchange by the Rndr network team. This means that when a creator pays for a job using Rndr credits, node operators are paid out in Rndr tokens for their work. For the tokenomics, Rndr has a total supply of 530 million tokens. 65% of these supply is in escrow, 25% is sold, and the remaining 10% is in the Rndr reserve. A significant number of tokens were not issued to the company or the team during the initial public sale or the follow-up private sale. The addresses for the Rndr reserve as well as the escrow will be made public once the tokens are migrated, see below, and the addresses are set up. The costs to run and maintain the Rndr network will be covered by a variable network transaction fee on every job, ranging from 0.55% of the total Rndr needed to process the job, adjusted against GPU supply and creator demand. The Rndr team is constantly exploring ways to make a more sustainable ecosystem for users, including working with partners who align with Rndr's mission to provide easy and secure access to the network for all node operators and creators. Due to the current nature of exchange news and listings, we can only announce developments when confirmed by our exchange partners. Please turn on Telegram/Twitter notifications, as well as Medium reminders in order to stay up to date on any updates that may occur over the coming weeks and months. The network also introduced Rndr credits, an easy, creator-friendly way to purchase rendering power on the network using PayPal and Stripe. These credits are non-exchangeable and only usable on the network. The Rndr network uses tokens purchased on the open market to support this Rndr credit system. As new payment options are created, we will release information on the Rndr Medium channel.